Little People Big World has welcomed its most recent couple, Amy and Chris Marek. They commenced dating and maintained it for 3 years before ultimately resolving to marry. The Roloff Farms were the site of their stunning wedding ceremony, which was also captured by Little People Big World. Despite having been in a relationship for 4 years, they have only been married for 1 year. Currently, Little People Big World admirers perceive that their relationship is beginning to falter. Amy Roloff's profile contains a new video that serves as evidence of this. Please continue watching to obtain additional information regarding this matter. Following a 3-year period of publicizing their dating life, Amy and Chris Marek have amassed an enormous following. In Portland, Oregon, they are now blissfully married and residing together. For her devoted followers, Amy frequently posts her recipes on her Instagram account. She recently requested that her spouse participate in a flavor test in a video about the same topic. She attempted to replicate a dish that the couple had enjoyed during their 1-year anniversary commemoration journey to Italy. Fans noticed an unusual occurrence as Amy endeavored to replicate a romantic moment from their pass through the dish. An admirer of Little People Big World commented in the remarks that Chris and Amy did not make eye contact while they were eating the dish. In contrast, the former also expressed critical opinions regarding the cuisine and concentrated on the act of consuming. In the new culinary video, the couple did not seem to be relishing each other's company, which was somewhat peculiar to the fan base. Amy and Chris divorce rumors began to circulate on the internet. These were purely hypotheses that were circulated on the internet, so there is no confirmation of this. Frequently, Amy engages with her Little People Big World admirers. In any case, she is appreciative of the affection and appreciation she has received throughout the years. As a result, the Little People Big World star frequently provides them with personal anecdotes regarding both significant and insignificant events in her life. She recently shared an Instagram post that was quite surprising, because she and her husband, Chris, were in the presence of unfamiliar individuals in front of a new residence. The caption featured the phrase, "Florida bound." As a result, there was a surge in internet speculation that Amy and Chris had relocated to Florida. Amy Roloff, however, was prompt to clarify this. She declared that it was solely an April Fool's joke. At the time of the photograph, Amy and Chris were in Florida to meet up with some acquaintances. As a result, she immediately conceived the idea of deceiving her followers into believing that she and Chris were departing Portland, Oregon. Fans of Little People Big World were evidently impressed by this accomplishment and expressed their gratitude for the star's innovative thinking. Amy and Matt have parted ways after years of being together, as witnessed by Little People Big World fans. Rumor has it that the latter learned of her partner's **ultery with her former employee, Karen Chandler. After her divorce from Matt Roloff, she later encountered Chris Marek and fell in love with him. They are blissfully married and cherish each other's company. They ensure that their relationship remains cordial, and Amy does not harbor any professional grievances against Matt. Unfortunately, she was unaware that her present spouse and her former husband would develop an immediate friendship. Fans of the series have observed that Chris and Matt have a healthy rapport in previous seasons. At present, the spectators are somewhat irritated by Chris Marek's fixation on the ex-husband of his wife. Fans of Little People Big World are well versed in the dynamics of Amy and Matt's relationship. The former spouses have established new relationships with their partners following their 27-year marriage. After the couple's separation and the family's altered dynamics, viewers were quite regretful for them. However, they ultimately improved after Amy and Chris were married. They were pleased to observe that both of their former companions had continued to maintain cordial relations and had found new partners. There is a growing realization among viewers of the Little People Big World that Chris and Matt have developed a close friendship with each new season. Previously, Amy also disclosed her aversion to the intensifying relationship between her current and former spouse. Nevertheless, Chris continued to devote additional time to Matt and seek his counsel. The admirers have now begun to criticize Chris for his friendship with Amy's former spouse. In the recent past, Chris, Matt, and Karen engaged in an even stranger discussion. However, the supporters were incensed by Chris' lack of remorse regarding his involvement with his wife's former partner. There were numerous supporters who expressed their disappointment on X, formerly Twitter. A listener of Little People Big World stated, Chris devoted 90% of this episode to discussing Matt. As a result of his friendship with Matt, they also began to refer to him as creepy. Additionally, his increasing bromance with his wife's erstwhile spouse started to be criticized by his peers. It was observed by another Little People Big World enthusiast. What is the nature of Chris's fixation on Matt? This is simply unsettling. Additionally, the others challenge him for failing to consider his wife's emotions. The nuptials of Matt and Karin, one of the stars of Little People Big World, has been in the works. Their special day was recently the subject of a conversation with Chris Marek. The couple, however, began to engage in lighthearted banter and requested that the latter serve as Matt's best man. Chris commented that it would be somewhat peculiar when the trio of individuals began to chuckle. Matt, in the meantime, chuckled in a confessional after contemplating Amy's response in the event that it transpired. Several fans immediately took to the comment section to criticize Chris Marek for having disrespected his wife. As one admirer put it, "It is so disrespectful for Chris to even be involved in those two." They felt pity for Amy after witnessing his husband's enjoyment of these quips with her ex-husband. In the Roloff family, it is Halloween 2024, and Tori Roloff has just recently released some cute pictures of her 3 children dressed up in costumes that are appropriate for this year's Halloween celebration. On the other hand, fans transformed the romantic moment into something so trivial that they went after Tori for Lila's costume. So, what was it that got supporters reaching for their pitchforks in preparation for the Halloween celebrations this year? There is no hiding the fact that a significant number of Little People Big World viewers have thoughts that are not particularly positive towards Zach Roloff and Tori Roloff. The fact that they left the family TLC program after the 25th season does not change the fact that they continue to be frequent targets on the internet, since people still have a lot to say about them. The fans are always going to have something to say, whether it is about the way in which they raise their children or about the constant conflict that Zach Roloff has with his father, Matt Roloff. This is something that Tori and Zach do on purpose from time to time. At other instances, viewers have the ability to take something that is not harmful and turn it into something that is harmful. Last but not least, this is what took place. A short while ago, Tori Roloff started using social media. Her followers were updated on all of the Halloween 2024 celebrations that had taken place up to this point. When it comes to matters of this nature, Tori Roloff is known to take extraordinary measures for the sake of her children. She did not fall short of expectations this year. A flying motif was definitely there, as shown by the fact that her 3 Little People Big World children were dressed up in their costumes. Jackson and Josiah Roloff were outfitted in a manner that was reminiscent of something from the film Top Gun. Lila, on the other hand, looked absolutely stunning in her outfit of a flight attendant. The description, Costumes 2024 inches, was written by Tori Roloff with the accompanying photographs of the costumes. My hope is that this won't cause the internet to crash. In spite of the fact that this was supposed to be a heartwarming Little People Big World moment for Tori Roloff and her family as her children celebrate Halloween, some fans have turned it into something that is pettier than it should have been. More specifically, several people brought up the fact that Lila works as a flight attendant, which is a career that is generally associated with women for the most part. A great number of people questioned whether or not she had any control over her attire, or why she could not also be a pilot. Another commenter on Little People Big World stated, "I did what anyone says. I know damn well she didn't want to be a flight attendant. And if they post a video of her saying she did, she was coached and manipulated into being that." This commentator was referring to the fact that she was a flight attendant. I really hope that she has a costume that she has chosen for the trick or treating event. I will remark that the photo itself is adorable without a doubt. However, their children are adorable, so regardless of the circumstances, it would have been a nice image. I simply despise it when any family forces their children, particularly older children who have the ability to choose, to participate in a costume that is a group effort. Even if it is not a costume that they would like to be, because it is not a picture-worthy ensemble of costumes. This is only a part of a trend that is rather C****, according to another commentator who added, "The children are adorable. Can't Lila also be a pilot, can she?" Adding their voice to the conversation, a third individual stated, "Just what every little girl wants to be for Halloween. a flight attendant.